So yeah, in terms of, I think Nanian, what I'm trying to get to is the how to initiate a thought to create something. And so college bittaga, the thing was I wanted to act and nobody was casting. Why will they cast me? Of course, again anta auditions antanu ಏನು ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. And even if I did go meet somebody, I was very inferior. It's not like I had this amazing persona that they'll say, oh, well, let's take him and make a play with him. So our time only, but the passion to perform, the passion to act or tell something was so strong. I was 19 years old something, and I said, let me write a play. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಗಿರೀಶ್ ಕಾರ್ನಾಡ್ ಅವ್ರ ನಾಟಕಗಳಾಗಲಿ, ವಿಜಯ್ ಟೆಂಡೂಲ್ಕರ್ದಾಗಲಿ, ಬಾದಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರದು ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರುಗಳು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದ ನಾಟಕಗಳು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಕ್ರೇಜಿ ಟು ಡೂ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾನೇನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಆಗ ನಂದೇ ನಾಟಕ ನಾನೇ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬಂತು. I think it was also driven by the personal disturbance. So the final rehearsal ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ನಾಟಕ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದೆ, ಬರೀ 1.5 ಪೇಜಿನ ನಾಟಕ ಅದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಹೋದ ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಐ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಬಂದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ಹೇಗೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾನು ಆಗ DD2 ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಶೋ, ಅವತ್ತಿನ 2002ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಂಥ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಶೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಶೋ ಇತ್ತದು. ಒಂದು 6-7 ಜನ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಶೋ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟೆಡ್. ಫೈನಲಿ ಫಿನಾಲೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬಂಗೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಕುಡ್ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಟು ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಈ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ವಿನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾರೋ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ನು ಗೆದ್ದ. ಬಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಇವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಗುಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್, ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನನ್ನ ನಾಟಕ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಒನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಶೋ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾನೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ನಾನೇ ಬರಿಬೋದು, ನಾನೇ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮೈ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ನ ಅರ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ವೈ ವಿಲ್ ಎನಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಯು? ಸೊ ಐ ಥಾಟ್, ನನ್ನ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚೇರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಮೆಟಲ್ ಫೋಲ್ಡಬಲ್ ಹಳೆಯ ಚೇರು. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಓಕೆ, so let me use the chair. And then one blanket ittu, so I said let me use the blanket. And ashte, so the whole play became something which only had a blanket and a chair. And so I think you also, so adanna barita, then I mean, to cut the story short, I performed it, and it was my turning point in life. Yakandre I somehow happened to find the opportunity to perform it in Mumbai. The first show happened in Mumbai as a, and some of the biggest theatre veterans that I always followed, ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಬುಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, and they were all there in the audience that day. And very strange, like I said, sometimes universe wants to make these things happen for you. I performed, and there was a competition, and I won the best actor award for that. So that really pushed me completely. I said okay, so ivattinda I think I'm not in doubt whether I'm going to be this or not. I know this is what I want to pursue. So to again get into the thing of how to choose stories and why to tell stories. So final rehearsal was all about competition. It was all about validation, which is what I think I was going through at that point. That am I good enough to do this? Am I do I have it in me to do it? So the self-doubt ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು, and also that strong desire for an acceptance. So that play was all about that. A guy who is so crazy about winning the best actor award, which is nothing but someone accepting, right, that he is good anta. So that play was all about that. Adadmele next, which I read, ashtodige I didn't want to go on into writing. It's very difficult, writing. So I read a play by Badal Sarkar, which was called Evam Indrajit. ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಏವಂ ಇಂದ್ರಜಿತ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 1960s ಬರೆದಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಮೈ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಇದರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಬರೆದಿರೋ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನಾನು, ಬಟ್ ವೆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರೆಸನೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಏವಂ ಇಂದ್ರಜಿತ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇ ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್, which I think we all go through at 21, 22 in a different way. Like aವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಗೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ and we're all wondering where to go ahead and what life is. So I think it's a great play and I got to adapt it, direct ಮಾಡಿದೆ, and we had great shows and it was all it's a journey which became very interesting. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು I just thought I'll be an actor, forced writer, forced director, and it became my job after that. I started people started knowing me as someone who does, you know, writes and directs, but I never wanted to do that. I just thought somebody will cast me and I can happily act, but nobody was casting, so I decided to do this. And Evam Indrajit was a great experience that way to interpret identity crisis. And Ega, I will just skip over to some time where how another thing initiated the idea to write was a play called The Woman in Me anta. Avag tane I think there used to be many cases of how do we put it rightly, there was especially ಆ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ರೇಪ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಯಿತು. and it was a very disturbing case, and when I read that those newspaper articles about this rape case and all the details of it, and it started creating a slow buzz of safety and everything. So that disturbance led me to write a play called The Woman in Me. So again, I'm going back to the simple concept saying that how you should, maybe not you can, you should create your art based on what is disturbing. So The Woman in Me was a play about a conversations that is happening within a man's mind. You know, a part of the woman side of his brain is talking to the male side of his brain, and they're having an argument, and we tackled about all these topics in that. The play is available on YouTube if anybody wants to go watch it. I've put it up on my channel. It's called The Woman in Me. You can try watching it. Ishtotige, then I started realizing that hey, my stories are interesting, but theatre is not giving me the right platform to say it. Andre, the reach is limited. Theatre is also very expensive to do. I was not earning much money from it. So aವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ the film, because I kept watching more and more films, I started slowly thinking that is there a way I can move towards cinema. And then the hunt started. I went back to Mumbai, tried almost 2 years, and ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ there was a small sort of a reboot that had happened. Suri ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ಯೋಗರಾಜ್ ಭಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅವಾಗಿನ 2008 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂಗಾರು ಮಳೆ ಮತ್ತು ದುನಿಯಾ ಬಂದು ಒಂಥರ ರೀಬೂಟ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಆಯಿತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಿನಿಮಾ. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಡನ್ ಮೈ ಜರ್ನಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ of theatre I had done, of going to Mumbai I had done. So I came back, and again I'll cut all the stories and say that I happened to meet Yogaraj Bhat, and we started working together. So allinda I started understanding, okay, so allivreಗೂ ನಾನು ಬರೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, and I used to see movies, some which have gone for some awards, and they had good impact. But when it comes to reality of what is making films, what is filmmaking budgets, or who is going to fund films, and why will they fund the film, and how is it to even earn some money from films, those things I learned from Yogaraj sir. And it was a great journey, almost 3 years that we collaborated, and we did 2 films, Manasare and Pancharangi, which was my film school actually, because what was interesting is that he valued my experience as a theatre guy, as someone who used to write plays. So he saw that I could collaborate with him as a writer. And what I figured was that in the process, ಈ ಕಥೆಗಳೇನು ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, I could see how he will interpret it as a director. And direction ಅಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ we all think ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು we are creatively directing a scene, that is only 10%. 90% is managing people, managing time. ಈಗೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ HDMI ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಈ ಥರದನ್ನ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. So it is that's when I figured that's what direction is. Direction, creative work is ನೀವು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ mentally prepare ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, and 10% is what you can execute. The rest is so much to do with ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್ ಓವರ್ಶೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಏನಾಯಿತು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ this learning cannot happen by seeing YouTube videos. This learning cannot happen by coming to master classes. This learning happens on the ground, when you are there. So it's so important that you should, any aspiring director here, that you should go spend time on the set. You should go spend time doing something, even if it means script handling, bringing copies of the script, then driving the crowd away, anything like that. But ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಇವನ್, ಈಗ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ವಾರದ್ದು ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಬೈ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ on ground while we are making a film, because a lot of those decisions are crucial which happen. And then how do you handle a problem, because every day you are spending 3-4 lakh, and as a director, your decision on how quickly you solve that problem saves that 3-4 lakh, or it becomes double by going on to next day. So a director is under constant pressure as to how much money you are spending. So that things I learned only when I was with him. I was wondering, Yogaraj Bhat was a big name back then, right? He was like the top director in 2008 and 9. And he was panicking. And I said, if you are panicking, then, beror kate eno anta. But then I figured that is the discipline you need. That is the discipline of cinema making, of valuing the money and the time that someone is putting into your storytelling. That helped me so much that I think I still use those learnings. It's become part of,